kala genze dendene chidara zambe ndeje zemala sage chuge jawa doezo ye dangoro rana mendela kami yadaya
Yeah, the motivation. Yeah, that's achieving happiness for myself is not the purpose of my life. For not even the Katori yeah. I mean, to be previous samsara, to achieve the bliss state of peace for oneself is not real meaning of life. Not the real meaning of life. That is to benefit others. Because numberless sentient beings from the numberless helplings, numberless hungerers, numberless animals, numberless human, numberless asura individuals, prisoned from oceans of samsara suffering, and bring them to the Buddhahood and total cessation, obscuration, accumulation, and realization. Sangha, by myself alone, through that first I must achieve state of omniscience, therefore then I'm going to listen to the Holy Dharma. Oh, I like to come down and listen to teaching, so please teaching with this motivated with that. Condolences. Yeah, then yesterday I was talking about food offering to the three rare sublime ones, Buddha, Sangha. So for a long time I started prayers, before eating food, mantra. The clouds of mantra, clouds of the Tibetan sung, the clouds of the mantra of the clouds of offering. So on the offering prayers, before meal, after. Generally, and sometimes maybe suddenly to eat food, I don't know, the rush or something. I mean, that can happen. So only recently he started. He knows the Daso Koche the Tibetan prayer, in Tibetan language. That one, recent years he started to say that. Only now just some weeks ago or something, then started the mantra, close offering mantra, a bit, sometimes we hear during that. So I was congratulating to him that, they sang the Dasakacha or some of course, we do the, like up to house, we do the offering prayer. This tantric offering the prayers, talk offering. It's a Rinpoche Center, which is those blessing and offering some food, short prayers written by Rinpoche Center, which I think, in English, so of course, that time he does. When I say, I tried to congratulate recently he resigned also Koche. So then you see, he told me, since he came to Japan, since he came to Japan, I don't know, from the first course, or I'm not sure. Yeah, since he came to Japan, for so many years, there is no food he ate without offering, he said, told me. Recently he told me, so many years, he didn't do the prayer, but there's no food he ate without offering. That's what Raja told me. You understand what he told me, what he told me? Do you understand what I'm saying? Huh? Huh?
Did he always offer the food?
What? What? What did you say there?
There is no food he ate without offering.
Raja told me that he, for so many years, no food he ate without offering. You understand? Now clear? That's what he told me. But I think actually he's better than me, but sometimes I ate without offering, well, sometimes. That happens. You rush or not rush. I just want to bring up that. We had a conversation with the Raja. I said, when I congratulated his prayer, then he said, he never ate food without offering. But it's not necessarily prayer, but it's from the mind to make offering. That's what he told me. That was big surprise. Even like that, for me, not like that. So I think that sometimes that's food without offering. So that. I thought to tell you that. So what he told me, let's say, it's encouragement to see its quality, encouragement. So the benefits, can you imagine? Wow, 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 wow. I already mentioned to you. Okay, so now the Kadure. So I read as Lama Tsongkhapa mentioned, you see, start the practice from today, from tonight, today, they mentioned there. Oh, see, and then going down, then holding there. You see, you can die any time. You don't know when you're going to die. You can die any time. Oh, that's the conclusion. So before you die, to not commit negative karma, to collect good karma. But to collect good karma, at least as much as possible. As much as possible. How many years, how many months, how many weeks, how many days, how many hours, how many minutes you have to live. You understand? Oh, okay. Yeah, the most important thing is the mindfulness of death, awareness of death. As I mentioned yesterday, one can be expert, in the Sutra, Tantra, so much text, I'm by heart. So, but you see now, if you don't think death, your own death, if you don't think your own death, if you don't reflect again, if you don't practice mindfulness, so then what happens is you see, motivation, your motivation, your life, then you totally become attachment, cling to this life, totally. Even though so expert in philosophy, Sutta Tantra, even you have so many disciples with learning, so thousands of disciples, but actually very famous, people respect. But then none of your life become dharma. Not even day become dharma. None of your action become dharma. Oh, like that. Even you are doing prayers and so forth, teaching and all the singing dharma. How much you do, nothing become dharma, holy dharma. Everything becomes worldly dharma, non-virtue. So that's danger like this. So, if you don't think your own death, if you don't think your own death, can happen any time. So they see, I think it might be. So when they begin to practice Dharma, you see, thinking of death. So outside, when you go to toilet, so outside toilet, the door, there's a bush, thorn bush. So when you go out, Zen, got caught. Zen or Shanta got caught to the thorn. So then he thought cut. So he got a thorn, but then he thought, I might die. Was he going to go to the toilet and not possible to come back? Can happen. No, then you go then you come back. Oh, that's a cut. Oh, then you go. I go in the session, but maybe when my death might happen, I might come out. So thinking like this every day, then thorn bush at the door never got cut. The left there never got cut. So it got done at the retreat, and so he didn't want to waste time. Didn't want to waste his time for the comfort of this life. Didn't want to waste his time. So like that, for example, those Kadamba cases. Oh, see. Oh, so it's a kasure. But Chiwa Meta Temple, Little, Minerva said, Chiwa Meta Temple, Little, by remembering impermanence death. You are impermanent. You become victor over the laziness. Chiwa Meta Temple, Little. So, whatever activity you do become dharma. Didn't remember the words exactly, but that's the meaning. Mida Yula Jebe, Chesecho song by realize the impermanence that Mida realize the impermanence, Mida Yula Jebe, then whatever action you do become dharma, become holy dharma, not holy dharma. Oh, you see, you have to write down in your diary book. In your diary book. Very important. So important is how to begin to practice dharma every day. Whatever you do, eating, walking, sleeping, job, supper, whatever you do, eating, sleeping, whatever you do, become dharma, holy dharma, not all dharma. So life is not wasted. The middle of ourselves there. Because Chiwa Meda Temple, Lelu Dule by remembering men's death, you become victor over the laziness. Meda Gula Jebe, Chesechu song, by actualizing the impermanence. Whatever is done, become holy dharma. All that. That is not yet become the subject in the West. Scientists or they haven't discovered yet that part of phenomena. You say about karma, good karma, negative karma. The making life in the pool. What we're wasting life, meaningless life. See, not yet discovered yet. I think Lama Tsongkhapa said, Nidra Teshitawa Tenjuna, get your Lama Dalani. So Lama Tsongkhapa said, like this. The Teshitawa Tenjunas, it's for the root is stabilized, then Gechul Lama Dalani rest Boch Dharma will instantly will be generated. The rest of the realizations will come. Lamrim, the greater part of low capable, middle capable, high capable beings. All the realization, up to enlightenment, the realization will come instantly. So what are the four root ones? So I guess realizing how precious this human body is, the qualified eight freedom tendencies, Tawajidan Joju. And then how this is extremely highly meaningful. See, not only every day, but every hour, minute, even each second. You see, you can, with the renunciation, you can achieve liberation, even each second. Even each second, with the bodhicitta, can achieve enlightenment. Every second. And with the right view, then see, whatever you do becomes remedy to the samsara. It does not cause samsara, it becomes remedy to the samsara. It becomes remedy, to cut the eliminate. To eliminate the root of samsara, the ignorance, holding the I real. So to cut that. It becomes remedy to cut that. You understand? This is just a sutra, practice sutra. So you make the life so meaningful. meaningful, rich, merit, so meaningful, unbelievable. This without talking about tongue, practice of tongue trial. Then realizing the eight freedom treasures, how it is so precious, it is highly meaningful. Then, so difficult, unbelievable, most difficult to find condition. Then in impermanence, these four things. If you stabilize this realization, then the rest of realization of greater part of the lower capable, middle capable, high capable, all of the enlightenment, everything happens. You have to write down in your diary book. Again. Write down again in your diary book. Okay. You have to understand. You have to understand. You have to know that. How important is realization. So you wonder why I read many books, I read many books, I received many teachings, I started this, I started this. So nothing happened in the mind. In my mind, still nothing happened, no realization, nothing happened. No realization of the greater part of lower capable being, not scope. Scope is not a translation. Lower capable being. Kyu means capable being. Purukha means Sanskrit means capable being. Low capable, middle capable, high capable. So that's the exact answer. So Kyu means capable. So, how to, you don't have any realization, you see, I wonder why, is it, then I don't know. So, Lama Tsongkhapa said, missing, what is missing in your heart is this one, the missing. You have to know that. So now then, this Lamrim, you see, from beginning, most important. Then you come to know now, only now, come to know what is missing. So then all the rest comes easily. You see, like that, you see? Okay, now the Kature. There, you see now Kature. Then Kature. So it is mentioned there, conclusion. And if you don't remember death, if you don't remember your death in mindfulness, you don't practice mindfulness, then shortcoming is don't remember Dharma, whole Dharma. Even you remember whole Dharma, but unable to practice. If you don't remember, if you don't think death, your death. Can't church can't practice Dharma, unable to practice. So unable to give up. They cling, grasping this life, the pleasure of this life, unable to give up. So that you see. Even remember Dharma, but you can't practice Dharma. Even you if you remember Dharma, can't practice. So there's nothing in death. Your own death. I will try to practice, but does not bring pure Dharma. Sorry. Yeah, for example, especially about Tibetans and for Eastern people and Chinese, maybe, more than Western people. Because if you remember Dharma, but can't practice pure. For example, it's Gadama Geshe Bungujal, as you know. So one morning, at the beginning, when he was doing retreat practice Dharma, Lamrim. So he cleaned well his caves, hermitage, then made offerings nicely, cleaned the room nicely, made offerings, performed the offerings nicely. So then you see, after all that, he sat down, then he checked the motivation. He found out, discovered, it is not virtuous motivation, it is a age-old dharma, what he did. He found out that. Age-old dharma. Oh, sorry. With his benefactor is coming today, maybe that morning. And, yeah, so he made a room very nice, offerings very nicely, said all this. So he sat down, he checked the water. He found out that is done with the attachment to the pleasure of this life. That benefactor comes, and then benefactor says, oh, he's such a wonderful, he's doing so good dharma practice. Wow, room is so clean, and the offering is so clean, so well done. You know, benefactor will be attracted. So he's doing such a nice, such a dharma practice. So is it. So the attachment, the clinging, attachment, grasping, the reputation, also reputation, what the benefactor will say, think. You see, he found out this. Suddenly he got up, right after he found it all down, immediately got up, he took ashish, not hashish, ashish. Ashes from the fire, ashes, then sprinkled at the altar, sprinkled very nicely performed water bowls, all his mass. He sprinkled the ashes, on the altar, made mass. Oh, then that time you see, he renounced the dharma attachment to the life. He renounced. So he put ashes on his adult dharma attachment. He sprinkled ashes on that. So then that time there's a Pabongka came from India. It was a military time, so Pabongka came from India. During military time, that was, I don't know how many hundred years ago. So military life story that Pabongka was coming in Tibet. And the military was going out. So then he knew Pabongka is coming, so he manifested in yellow flower. I don't know whether yellow was mentioned or not, but maybe that was my just made it up. I don't know. On the road, yellow flower. Yellow flower, I don't know, So Miller manifested yellow flower in the road to check whether Pabongka recognized or not. So Pabongka came in, recognized, of course. That's Miller. So anyway, that's the story. And then so Pabongka was a Tingri, in Tibet, Tingri. That if you go from Nepal there, from the border, maybe you arrive that day, I'm not sure, maybe tomorrow you arrive, I think. Something like that. Tingri. So the village called Tingri. So Padma Sangha was there. Padma Sangha knew from his clairvoyance, he knew the Kadamba Geshe Bengo made a purest offering that morning in Tibet, you see. He did like this. He put palms together. Today in Tibet, Kadamba Geshe Bengo made best, most purest offering. Then scattered the ashes over the attachment. Attachment killing this life. Pleasure. So like that. The experience, the reputation of what benefactor will think, will say. Then you see that. Yeah. So, beginning did not begin dharma, did not become whole dharma, but it become whole dharma. Jigdimbe che, nanbajua. Or the second one, after put ashes, they put fire plus ashes, meant mass. Oh, they become pure dharma. Most pure dharma, you see. Unseen by the attachment. Eternal dharma is the attachment to this life. So, see. So, do nam dharma doing him like that. I think it's I'm doing him. So, if you don't think of death, then it happens like this. Then it makes oneself evil. Oneself become then totally makes oneself the evil. If you don't remember that. Chigar Jason the Chim. Then at the time of death, you die. So during the life, you don't think of death. Only the happiness of this life, the pleasure of this life, and only hope for that. Even you are trying to practice dharma, but motivations on that. Become on that, and then like that you see, then become holy dharma. Then at that time, then if you like, it's when life, if you spend life like this, then at the death time, chigar Jason with great upsetness at the time of death. While your mind is so upset, then you have to die. Then I don't know how many gone. There should be 6, I think. Then it was getting report law, so that's it. So, if you remember that, so all these things doesn't happen. Able to practice pure dharma. Able to practice dharma, able to practice pure dharma. Then, able to control the mind. The able to exercise the realization, the path, the Lamrim. Able to exercise. So by reflecting death, so frequently, reflecting, the death, the mindfulness death, able to continue the Lamrim realization, exercise in Lamrim realization, and then you see you are able to complete the Lamrim realization, all like that. Unbelievable. So happy at the time of death. If you remember during the life, if you remember death, your death can happen at the time. Then at the time of death, when you're actually dying, you're so happy. No need afraid of the reborn lower realms. No negative karma. You see, no need to be afraid. So all like that. So just Pabongka mentioned, the best way to die, dharma practitioners. Then the best one is so happy when you die, unbelievable happy. So to go to Pure Land or things like that. You get born in the country, where you can benefit, unbelievable, so much to the sentient beings. Not that or Pure Land, whatever. So happy, like you never met parents for whole life, from a young time. Then after so many years you didn't meet your parents, you see, then now today you're going to see them. So like that, or somebody who is like that, kind of so happy, unbelievable happy, or going to the place that you wish to be there in your whole life, So today you can there, so that, so happy, So that. Or then middle one is no doubt at all. Mind is so happy. Mind is very comfortable, very happy. That you see, you're going to be born in the Deva or the hymn realm. So no doubt, very comfortable. You see. Then the last one, no need to be scared. No need to fear to be on lower realm. You see, no need to fear. What is this? So you don't get upon lower realms. No need to fear. All of that. And then is the then the great yogis, I think Jawagu Tsangpa or others mentioned that the best one, directly seeing emptiness. Say the best one, best way dying, one sees the emptiness directly. Then next one is I'm not sure, but I don't remember exactly, but maybe just realize the emptiness. Then the last one is I think it's a comfortable mind, no fear. the lower realm. Completely. So I think yeah, that part I don't. Yeah, that's my guess. I mean, the first one is true, and then to turn about exact, but maybe, yeah, that. Okay. So this some names of the center directors, SPCs, Sangha, all those in the FPMT who died. People that we know are more, you see. There may be unknown ones in the FPMT, but that people that we know kind of like that, you see, died this past 2 years. So you see, by understanding that, what's happening to others, then you should think of yourself to subdue your mind. As I mentioned already, in the world, even the rich people, millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, I think many people, their families dying, gradually dying, leave this world without choice, you see, gradually. See, it happens, but you see, still you believe, I'm going to live for a long time. Or you don't say, I don't think, I haven't met somebody who thinks I will be leaving the earth without dying. That I have met. So, it's so many happening around that's your family. But you say, I'm going to live for many years. Even your father is dying, even your mother is dying, dead. Oh, so long ago. So yeah, I will live for many years. Well, the concept of permanence. Even though the life is impermanent, totally, changing every day, every hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second. Then there's even split second. Because of the subtle impermanence. You see? Even the family is gradually finishing, leave this world. But still I'm going to live for many years. You know, so then you see suddenly when the death comes, car accident or sudden death or cancer or whatever. Then terrible fear, worry, fear, but terrible separation from family. You have to leave family, family has to leave you. separate from you. Then separation from wealth, possessions, that you collected for years by creating so much negative karma. There was attachment, clinging to this life. The eternal dharma, the attachment, so collected for years. I mean, you start to learn education in the kindergarten, then primary school, then college, university, then get a degree. And of course, thought that I do all this learning to benefit others, or that kind of good heart moderation, very extremely rare. Only certain, very special people are with us, mostly not. So all become non-virtue. There's no moderation from the kindergarten, to benefit others up to university degree or such thing. So that you see, also to make money, to live, to make money for this life, so kind of for one's own happiness. So you see, so separation from the world, great fear, worry, fear, then worry, fear to separate from one's body, unbelievable. So that this without talking the reincarnation, all the fears come to want the lower realm. This all comes after that. It's incredible. Something worse things are going to happen to your life, to you. So even you don't believe intellectually, you don't believe reincarnation and karma, you don't know. But naturally from the heart, great fears coming. Naturally from the heart, great fears coming, something very heavy is going to happen to me. So, see, after separation, there's another thing. See, because they haven't a dharma, they don't know dharma, so you should don't think, don't practice, don't think the reality of life impermanence that can happen any time. You're supposed to mind get habituated, used, in that way. You see, then what you do or how you live your lives become different. Doesn't become container. You don't become, your life does not become container of negative karma. So it becomes container of good karma, satisfaction. See, happiness, inner happiness. So Kazure, that Kazure. Yeah. So, then even Buddhists, who go for refugee with Dharma Sangha, but don't think impermanence and death from the heart, control everyday mindfulness is not there. So So only I'm going to live for a long time, permanence there. Even the same day, you're going to die by car accidents, or airplane crash, or heart attack, or whatever. So, even 5 minutes before, thinking, even 5 minutes before death, you're thinking, I'm going to live for many years, you see? So you can't trust that. You teach concept of permanence, while the life is impermanent nature, then the concept of permanence cheat you totally. It deceives you totally. So even Buddhists that doesn't like to practice dharma. So first person who died is Jen Short, the director of Bachapani. He was a director for quite a number of years. Then he led a Gabon retreat, Gabon course. I was teaching. He was the course leader. Gabon. So he's quite intelligent. He's good for guiding meditation. He was a Bajapani director for quite a number of years. At the beginning, you see, he was so surprised. John and John McKay and a few other students. You see, they're doing the wrong sadhana of Hiruga Bodha Mandala, wrong sadhana. He was so surprised, you know. He can't do it all in his life. So those people were Bajapani. Bajapani is the center that received the Hiruga initiation, Hiruga Bodha Mandala, and the Vajrayogini teachings. Happened many, and there are many high lamas, Lati Rinpoche and Tepje Son, but I came many times with of course, Geshe Rinpoche was a lama Eshekin, of course. I think Geshe, that of course, his came one time. But the day of the Nobel Peace Prize, his was at Bajapani that morning. Then the mayor of that area came to announce. But of course, he said he was listening to BBC, but BBC didn't mention that, something. Then he went to bed, he said, around 8 o'clock or something. So anyway, 500 people came. I think they said on the hill. So he was gone by small, so I gave teaching outside. What I suggested for mindfulness, capacity. Mandushiri teaching to Lama Tsongkhapa. That one. So it's only gave advice that sometimes to read that good from time. So anyway, so then later what happened was beginning he thought it impossible for him to in the life, Bodha Mandala Sadhana, and John and others doing so it was so bad. Then later when he became director, later himself was doing that, you know. Now 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, then he put his rakso, then go to the room, go to his room, go to his room, to the sadhana, Bodha Mandala, Hiruga Bodha Mandala sadhana. So later he himself became like that. Anyway, he's very intelligent, very good. Anyway, so few years he he was expecting to hear complete Lamrim teaching from me. I think liberation palm in your hand or something. He asked me a few times. So anyway, he was found dead in his room, in his house. I think somebody, one girl, wanted to give a message or something. Then he was, his body was found dead. So, I mean, was not sure when he died. So that then I think the Swayambhanath monastery, Swayambhanath second Dojicang's monastery, the Unze, the monk, went to. He was there at that time, so he went to give power to the power. Then, okay, Henry Law, Singapore. The first person who helped Nick met in Singapore when there was a fundraising. Well, then he helped in the whole his life to wisdom, publish books and things. So I stayed at his house in Indonesia. He was he's a bank manager, I think, sometimes. Yeah. So then met him many times. So very, very kind. Also helped. He was checking in the hospital in Singapore and all that. He always helped. So yeah, now that's his wife, but try to do the same thing what he did. Try to help like that. The Catholic nunneries or try to help people. And then third, Venerable Gonzang. Then you see that he was helping me that mainly to take photo with the video. My activities, my teachings, and especially my activities, especially making video, and it was mainly his main activities that. Yeah, and then of course generally he helped so many monks and so many people. He was one of the, I guess, main benefactor of the LZR Center in France, in Paris. Yeah, so I think because of that, he was able to help many people. See. Here and there like that. So I think he may have some difficulties after he died maybe. But then I think according to the news, and then those who can tell or who knows, or also a monk from Sarah, not kind of particularly learned dharma, but just, I think just very good-hearted. You can't really tell who he is, but not particularly learned the Dharma, but very good-hearted. The observation that he was born in the very wealthy family. So you can see that, I can see that, because he used to help many people. So Gunsang, so that died. So my cancer. Just 2 years ago. I mean, that certainly gone. He was with us, traveling, but it's gone now. Then another end. This very early time, nun ordained by Sonas No, not His Holiness. I think maybe Latti Rinpoche, or I don't remember. Yeah, maybe. So, who asked me? Who said mass programs are wrong? Should have a shorter program. So then I made the basic program. Oh, that's due to Anila Ant's requesting. She was a bookkeeper. One was building monastery allowed. One was building monastery allowed. So she was for 6 months. She was my bookkeeper. She did the job before in Canada. So she taught me how to write down how to write down the expenses and like that. There was one book she wrote. That. And then, of course, she lived long. Then later about she didn't have memory or something. She lived very long. He died. And then Tom Shimaski, recently he died. I think, I don't know, 1 week ago. 1 week, more than a week? 2 weeks. Tom Shimaski, I don't know how many people know here. So the one older student, he was leading course, government course, 1 month course, and that time Lama was there. That was the last time Lama was there, Khenpo Dharamsala, and Lama was giving Buddhist vow, and he was there. So he died. So he died 2 weeks ago. That. Okay. So Tomsham was an old student. Then Venerable Trisha. Okay, she was director of Root for a long time, and she served the FPMT Center in Delhi, Tushita, in early times. After the Gabon course, then I think she served in Delhi while Nick was there, and served as centers. I don't know. And the last was Root for quite a few years. So she did. Became nun, and died by cancer. Okay, and then Terrele from New Zealand. Terrele, so it died many years ago. I think his son is here or something. Then Kim Holding had the Venerable Andrea Ordini, the translator in Lama Tsongkhapa Institute. He was translator. He died there. Gunjima, the translator of Dr. Etin in the Mongolia, Gunjima. Was in the hotel, taking Bolante, then suddenly collapsed. Then I guess it didn't work out. So that died. She's young. How old?
About 25.
Yeah, young. And then died. Isabel Arone. So this is Spanish. So she was going to she, I think, donated money to build a nunnery, especially for the old nuns to live together in Spain. So she lived long. For cancer? Huh? So she died. Then got to then Venerable Margaret went through died Sydney. Sydney? Huh? Oh yeah. Venerable children, hospice Mother Tara. She died. Venerable, she cooked for me Mahabharata Center 2 times. She cooked for me. At least 2 times I remember, in the early times. Then, you see, when she made dessert, then she put flour, this outside flour, this, I don't know the name, orange color flour inside. So I think she doesn't know. So I look at inside. There's full of tiny insects inside. There's so many inside flower. It's tiny. But she would never think. She would never think that the insect. She would never take it. So, but for me, it's easy. Not on that place, but many places. Very easy to find worms and very easy to find hairs in the food after karma. So one time, one time. My brother, not my brother, cousin or nephew, what do you call it? The son born from an uncle, so I don't know what you call it. So his name Putaje. So he was married with a Lhasa woman, a young woman from Lhasa. So I was going there sometimes, so I went there. Then they made rice and soup. But that was so many years ago. So they say when they make food, didn't have light. Didn't have light, I think. But I don't remember whether it's electric or not. So in the, you see the sleeping room, and the room is one. So there, because I came for the lunch time, and they were because where they make food in, the curtains, and so they had meat hanging. So meat is called megis. Huh? Megis. The meat is, but they don't know. So what they did, cut and fried. So they brought food to me. So it has a lot of their bodies, maggots, their bodies laying on the soup. So I mean, reality, of course, I mean, it's basically the same as the meat. So, but I didn't, but I said, oh, my stomach was full. I didn't say that. I didn't say maggots, you know. They bought a fried. So they enjoyed so much. In their room, there's no light. So they fried in the, you know, they enjoyed so much. And then in America, Tim's place, he's a house outside. So yeah, at least 2 times stayed there. So yeah. So so one time his friend Bob, he used to raise fund when I don't know, not everyone, but maybe their friends become vote and they become president, you see. So he does that work, Bob. So anyway, so I invited his house. So we were eating outside. Then salad, he made a salad, because he had a vegetable garden near outside his house, so he made a salad. And he was, and in the salad, in the vegetables, you see, if you don't check, there's this tiny insect, you know, many, you see, just maybe who are eating the vegetables, I mean, tiny insects, there are many. So I see this, so I can have karma to see. So Bob is eating food here, then Raja, then Tim. So I moved this way, I moved this way, I moved this way. I didn't eat. So one time Tim went in the house to get something, then Raja took it, put outside in the garden or somewhere, put it. But Bill, his friend Bill didn't know, still didn't know what was happened. So Bill was saying, oh, how delicious. So he was saying like this, like this, like this. How delicious is, how delicious. He kept on saying, how delicious, how delicious. You know, all the way through when he finished. Yeah, that. So anyway, sorry. So I think Bob died. I heard he died also. Some time ago died. Then Venerable Tenzo Konto, you know, and Sydney. Then Gloria. So I think the Gloria must have a good report because she didn't say much. She told me, before she died, she told me, see you in my next life. She told me that. And I think she didn't much worry at the time of death. I think Gloria, only Gloria. She took care of herself for sometime at Dharamsala, Nepal. So Gloria. She mentioned only a few words and quite confident. I mean, seems not a very afraid words. No. So I think my already good, but yeah. So then Margaret Castle, you know, Venerable Tom Avery. Venerable Trump American monk. Sorry, he died in Nepal. Then Jim Billerman, student Jim Billerman, who is happily answered Rinpoche to run the college. Marito, who was a center director of Lamatsonga Institute. Sunita Kakari, who helped. Tushita Delhi, Tushita Mahana Center in Delhi, at the very beginning, very beginning, she helped Nick to start the center. It was near the cemetery. The first house near the cemetery, and Delhi has two cemeteries. It's near the cemetery, so I didn't go in the house, but I spent 1 or 2 hours at the cemetery watching the people's body burned. But Lama and Nick and Sunita went in the house. I was watching the cemetery. I saw poor people. You see, where poor people, the body bring by poor people. They bring the body. And then old wood, burying the old wood, then takes a long time to burn. There was a mother, wife or mother, and then, she was almost jumping in the fire, saying how good that man is, I think like that. And then the rich people, wood is sliced, wood. And it's easy to burn, so they bring the many taxis, many motorcycles come. So I think one of the rich, maybe the wife, I think the family came, body was lying down there. Then all the relatives, the old friends, so many, they lined up in the group, and then they go down, prostrate to the lady who died in the land. The father was around, going back and forth, and didn't know what to think. So it's something which he never thought in the life, so suddenly happened. So I think it was the best time to explain Dharma. It was the best time to explain Dharma to him, the father, but I didn't get to, but it didn't happen to talk. He asked me, what are you doing? Are you doing research? Because I was watching there, so he said, I was doing research. So I don't know what I said. I don't remember. So that happened. So anyway, Sunita Kagario, she died. Sorry. Yeah. Lived a long time, but died. And Dhamavati, she's the only student from Indonesia in the early times, during Lama's time. She was the only student from Indonesia. And she does, I think, we have Thara practice, so Lama told her to wear green, always green cloth, always. So she was, even though other people don't like so much, but because Lama said green cloth, that she was always wearing green cloth. The last time I met in Singapore, but she was so thin and kind of very difficult become her life. Dhamavati, she died many years ago, and then Yana Bowen, Venerable Dechin, Shineland, Chinese nun, become the become nun the Kasure, Tibetan tradition nun. So the Shineland, she died in the toilet. I don't know how many days ago, but she found dead. in the bathroom there's some blood or something that so Stefano, old student, another one, he died. He took drug with his wife on bed, but he took a lot of drug and then died. Rinpoche, his mother must be. Ashley Walker, then she's a Bajapani, but her husband, older student, died. Ronnie King died. As one lady, also student, died in London. She lived a long time in India. Bob, farmer, and ex-V alonging. Then intermaking, so she died. They was started the Lamrim Center, and then Nitilung to Singapore. When they Hong Kong, Esther's the co-director. They know the money and things. Pemba, my letter is Pemba is a resident teacher on Hong Kong. So this is also director. So that's so her daughter, Netilung. So you see, she was looking okay, and no expectation she would get the disease where, I don't know the disease, I think, what's called the disease?
Multiple sclerosis.
I don't know. So anyway, no expectation, that she would get sick like this, and, damage. So anyway, she got this disease. She has a professional job and this school and all that, university and all. But so she died. We got the disease. So all of a sudden, changed her life. Netilung, says the half brother is the incarnation of one of my teachers again, Pabongka. So the others, all others. Then Venerable Dennis Haft. Dennis Haft. But then Dangme is Raja's cousin. Dangme, Rajas, nephew. He died. He died by car accidents. He was among the previous. Mama Peck in Malaysia. Mama Peck, who helped her, Zum Nandri, who helped her. And she came to Nepal and she hired a Russian helicopter. Helicopter is very big. So I'm supposed to go after one of the strippers built and one thing to consecrate. But she came and she hired a Russian helicopter. So then she said before she gave money to the project, she wanted to see. So then I went with her. So by the time when I arrived there, the nuns arrived there very early morning, and the nuns, I think it's just got up, carry all the offerings, and come out. So then went to see Minerva's cave, where Minerva's sister offered woolen rolled to wear, Minerva to wear, but the Minerva made pieces of the fingers pieces as the cover, all his secret place, and then all the fingers made pieces. Then his sister cried. They gave it. Then on top there was the Geshe-Lama Kunjo's cave. It was like this, totally empty. Mama Pig. Then she had diabetes, so the legs had the infection, then cut the legs. She had both the legs, then cut. She died in some time ago. Then the Li Tai-shen, director of the Haigawa Center, Taiwan. Director of the Haigawa Center, Taiwan. Says Haigawa Center, Taiwan. We don't know Haigawa Center. Li Tai-shen, Tom Flynn, that Miss Wong, Hong Kong, Mrs. Wong, Hong Kong died. Yes, also. Venerable Losang Tendru, and then Linda Rose, Venerable Carlton, Venerable Jane Fitzgerald, Chris Cotton, Jim Mackin, Venerable Carlton Youngton, the America, the fat man, I'm sure. Carlton Youngton, LB says, Carlton Youngton. Then, Mrs. Ho in Taiwan, the second benefactor of the Taipei Center, who, not first one, second, there's a benefactor, Mrs. Lin, the first one, then her friend, Miss Ho, she died, got cancer. She doesn't go to, just any Lama comes, doesn't run, go to, she just keeps, of course, the first connection with me, so she just keeps with that. I don't know whether she is teaching practice or anyway, so she just keeps with the practice. It's very good. Keeps with what practice she is then. I think Vajrayogini and things like that. So, like that. It's very good. Daily, actually. Then Geshe Jamyang, who died in Taiwan, Geshe Kapan monk, who became Geshe, etc. Then Geshe Losang Sherp died Kapan, Angdorje Kapan monk. This is original monk from Laudo. Original monk from Laudo. One of the antique monks. Antique from Laudo, the original monk. He died. He was painting. He was painting the mask, Kapan religious dance, the mask. He was painting. Then while he's holding brush painting, suddenly he died. Suddenly he passed away. But he was holding mask and the brush while he was painting, then suddenly passed away. Nothing, kind of, nothing kind of frightening, nothing. Then he passed away. Then I went upstairs. He's on the top top floor, a couple of months in there, I wanted to pray with the Geshe Chunyi, the abbot, and some couple of months who I wanted to pray, and like that. Okay, so Angdorje, I used to call him Arat. I used to call him always Arat. So he finished all the studies. Angdorje, Governor Pastor, I don't know, Venerable Governor, Pastor, I don't know, Spanish. Huh?
Florence, SPC, Florence.
Oh, really? Okay, then teaching Venerable Triji, she always smiled for many years. Then one time she didn't smile. Many years she smiled. Whenever you see, smile. Then one time she stopped. Then I told her to continue to smile. Venerable William, oh, it's Taiwan. Here's some clairvoyance. So, some things what he says is kind of what's correct, you know. Yeah, Venerable William. Then he is a kind of a student, and who with many people ask him, you know, about their life. Venerable Paulo Seta Lama Tsongkhapa, Venerable Roland Lama Tsongkhapa, Venerable Eva Lama Tsongkhapa, Massimo Andreza Lama Tsongkhapa, Dino Ciruli Lama Tsongkhapa, Lorenzo Basulo Lama Tsongkhapa. As a translating books in the language, Lama's books, and for long time. Lorenzo Basulo, Stefano Pavila Lama Tsongkhapa, Adelia Taylor Lama Tsongkhapa, Venerable Michael Michel, Narendra. Michel Narendra. As nun, this nun. Oh, she always sits next to my windows upstairs, old Gomba, my windows upstairs, and then she always sits daytime down below my window, my windows upstairs, so down. Then around tea time, then around tea time, then I open the window. Not every day, but she's there with the warmth, and even the sun's hot, but she's warm. And then I ask her, and then I learned this from her French language. Boule budute tea. Boule budute tea. Do you want tea? Is that right? Huh? What? Bully budute tea. I learned it from her through the window. So then, Deputy Second Center was giving initiation in Rinpoche, Sukha Jatsa, in the middle. So then she was also inside Gomba, taking initiation. So she, not inside Gomba, but she's looking through the window outside from where she sits. From there she looked at, many hours she was looking through the window. Then Captain Second Session, she said, you never know who she is. Rinpoche always tell me, you never know who she is, means can be, deity, Buddha, just anything, Rinpoche often you say, you never know. And then, Venerable Tonden Narendra. Oh yes, Tonden. Oh, that's. So anyway, this Kature, basically, the directors or the working with FPMT that's known died. She left already. So many of the Sanghas left already. So that's it. So we can't really say who will be the next one. from here will be next this year, next year, you know, like that. So we are in that process. You know, myself, everybody in this process. You see, so sorry, everybody in this process. We all in this process. So, since we're born, we're rushing to the death every second, day by day, hour by hour, minute by second. We're rushing towards death. That's the nature of life, you see. Oh, sorry. Second by second, became so close, rushing at the finishing, you see. So close. So we're running. So, getting so fast to the death. Getting so fast to the... So if we didn't get to practice Dharma, didn't get to purify the mind, didn't get to purify the negative karma collected from beginning to birth, then so close to the Lord realm. It's so fast going to the death, you see. So getting so close to the Lord realm, to this, because even you read the text, get scared. Hell, description of hell, different hells, then in 6 neighborhoods, hell, then ordinary hell, then the preta, animals, you know. Oh, so, see, so, getting so close to the Lord, you know, like that. All of this, you see, when you don't think it looks okay, you know, it looks okay, can do like that, but it's not. But this is reality. So fast finishing, so close to the Lord. So if we didn't get to practice Dharma, didn't get to purify, like that. So then I read this coolly, just before finishing, okay, to say Lung. I read English, so well, maybe I should read Tibetan. I don't know the text in Tibetan. This English, everybody get Lung, not Lung, but Lung. Maybe I might get Lung. Maybe from this I might get Lung. Also, but while you are receiving Lung, you might get Lung. Okay, now, after achieving enlightenment, to free the sentient beings from samsara and to bring them to Buddhahood, okay? Then to, in this very lifetime, without delay, to realize the natural life, impermanence, death, basis of all the Lamrim realization up to enlightenment, you know that. Yeah. So I didn't bring the Tibetan text. The heart burden, encouragement through recollecting impermanence. So heart burden, maybe the translation may not be correct. So heart burden, so the most, as I talked, so far what I talked, the most important thing to think of death, once of death. Or the dharma. So not necessarily spoon. Not necessarily spoon. I mean, I thought a spoon. So you choose food when you eat. You choose what you like. So maybe related to that, but I think maybe not. Not spoon access, but most important thing. 말이 아니요 남도라디 정말 남도라니 줘야 돼 이거 들어맞아 말이 당들어온다. Oh, the hurt. How do you say? The heart. Kan Lama, look. Kan Lama, look to this pitiful one. How I behave and how I have cheated myself my entire life. Please look upon this mindless one with compassion. You receive vigilant Lama, the Guru, but in the Lama, doesn't matter your Guru, so think that in the regular case. The essential advice to give yourself, to give yourself, keep it deep within your heart. Don't be distracted. Reflect upon the state of your life from the essential drop at your heart. And then third, since the beginningless cyclic existence, which hasn't ended up to now, though you have experienced countless cycle of rebirth, just so many variations on happiness and pain, you have achieved not the slightest of benefit from them. Then number 4. And though at present you have attained freedom and fortune, so difficult to find. Always till now they have finished and been lost, have been empty and without meaning. Now if you care about yourself, the time has come to practice the essence of future happiness. What is the action? Number 50. You appear so capable, smart, and clever, but you are a fool. As long as you cling to that child's play of the appearance of this life, suddenly you are overwhelmed by the fearful load of death, and without hope or means to endure, there is nothing you can do. This is going to happen to you. Number 60. Because you think, I'm not going to die for some time, I'm not going to die for some time, while you are distracted by the never-ending activities of this life, suddenly the fearful Lord of death arrives, announcing, now is the time to die. This is going to happen to you. Number 7. Though you make arrangements saying tomorrow and tomorrow, then suddenly you have to go. This is going to happen to you. and without choice, leaving behind indifference. You left work, left food and drink. You have to depart. This is going to happen to you. There's no time other than today to spread your bedding and go off to sleep. Upon your last bed, you fall like an old tree, and others unable to turn you with their lily, their soft hands. Tug too. What's that? T-U-G. Tug at your clothes and blankets. This is going to happen to you. Even if you completely wrap your body, in last enter and the outer cloth, still you have no freedom to wear them, other than just today. And when in bracket, that body becomes as rigid as earth and strong, you behold for the first time your own corpse. This is going to happen to you. Though, number 10, though you struggle to speak your last words, you will end the expression of sorrow. Pitifully, your tongue dries up and you can't make yourself clear. And intense sadness overwhelms you. This is going to happen to you. So I met one person, he's an ex-monk from Tashkent Monastery in South India. They are our benefactor in Tibet. So we have to go every month to puja, sometimes extra. This Terang, family name is Terang. So in South India, the lady has two husbands. I think one is just lay person, then this one from Tashkent Monastery, ex-monk. So when I was there, both when they were dying. So the monk, who was ex-monk, so I was in bed and his head was there, and he died. So his whole body was like wood laying down in bed. So kind of became like that. Then he was trying to speak, but couldn't hear clear because tongue is a jungle bluish and short. So elements have been getting to dissolve. So then other husband was dying, also I was there. So they are very strong follower of the Jabja Son, which is past life benefactor, and strong follower of the Tuje. So when there was a problem, when there's a big problem about Tuje come out, then the mother, both husband died, but the mother said, if anybody has a question of Tuje, come here to us, then I will answer. Like that. But then I stopped going to their house for many years. So suddenly she came out in my room, Sarah. Suddenly came out after many years. If she gave up Tuje, then I would speak, take time. But I wasn't sure, so I didn't speak. I didn't ask her to sit down. Or normally I have tea, sit down. But I didn't mention she suddenly came. So she said she's so worried about hell. She did sign public in the book. She did sign that she's not going to practice. But yeah. So anyway, her daughter came married with a Tibetan man in Switzerland who practiced Soja. So they left. But she was supposed to talk to me, but I didn't know if she came out or not, so I didn't talk. So she left. So like that. So she's still alive. Though number 11, though others put your final food, holy substances and relics, with a trickle of water into your mouth, you are unable to swallow even a single drop, and it overflows from the corpse's mouth. This is going to happen to you. Though surrounded by a circle of close relatives, heart friends, and those near to your heart, and even though they are loving and distressed at the ending of your life, being together, while trying to cling, just then you have to separate forever. This is going to happen to you. Though, number 13 there, though you experience breakage, horrified hallucination like a turbulence of waves, and are overcome by unbearable, excruciating pain. Pitiful though you may be, there is nothing to be done. The appearance of this life are setting, break like the sun. This is going to happen to you. Number 14. Though with the unbearable compassion, your Lama and the wiser friends plead in your ear for a critical virtue thought to rise, and even though they do so with a loving mind, there is no hope, it's unthinkable. This is going to happen to you. With the end expelled, rasping, the sound, soul. The time of death breaks. The movement of your breath builds faster and faster, then breaks like this string of a violin, and the end of your life has come to its close. This is going to happen to you. Number 16. There will come a time when you will cherish and set lost lovely body. It's called a corpse, disgusting and rotten. And time when your body, which can't bear even rough bedding and the mattress, is laid out on bare ground. This is going to happen to you. Number 7. There will come a time when your body, which can't bear even a thorn, is chopped to pieces and breaked from the bones. Its flesh is torn. And a time when your body, which can't stand even fleas and lice, is discovered by birds and dogs till nothing is left. That's going to happen to you. Though you go to so much trouble of blowing purple, So that's a mistake. Though you go to so much trouble blowing poo-poo, that's what I thought, meaning of poo-poo, it began a long time. In dressing your body in the finest of clothes. So poo-poo, you see, doesn't mean go to so much trouble blowing. I thought of blowing, but poo-poo is when the lamas passed away, they are wrapped with the brocade. Although the deities custom, the 5 category, they get the what's it called? Then this Japan hanging the crowns and all that you see here. They are considered deities a custom. The body is wrapped with the brocade. So poor body is wrapped with the very expensive dress at the brocade, like that. So that's a poor. That's all. The High Lama so good. One chapter Rinpoche gave me the room of this Dhammasala. So Rinpoche said, Pabongka gave the room of this to Madhur Guru, the Chapter Rinpoche, and then some of the Lama himself or some of the Lama or the Chapter Rinpoche. So Chapter Pabongka only gave commentary of this, then nothing else. But Rinpoche gave the poor Mr. Lama, whose holy body is wrapped with brocade. In dressing your body in the finest of clothes, says that, there will come a time when the body is placed within a burning house, and your body, which can't tolerate even the fire of a glowing stick, the incense, must be burned in the midst of a fierce conflagration. This is going to happen too. There will come a time, number 19, there will come a time when entering into roaring flames, all your flesh and bones are burned and reduced to that's briquette, a pile of ash, or a time when your body, which can't bear even heavy clothes, is wrapped tight in a hole in the ground. This is going to happen to you. Now number 20. There will come a time of announcing the deceased, him or herself, at the beginning and the end of your sweet name. This is going to happen to you. And a time this is not numbered, I don't know why. And a time when the area is filled with the sobbing sounds of your affectionate, close companion, and the circle of servants. This is going to happen to you. This one hasn't got numbers, I don't know. Then 21. There will come a time when your clothes, health, possessions, and livestock will be divided up, with nothing left in the 4 direction corners. And there will come a time when in the total disappear alone, you reach the passage to the intermediate state. This is going to happen to you. Number 22nd. the terror of the four fearful enemy descending upon you are going to come. The appearance of being trapped under a mountain of packed rock and rubble, and buried beneath a fierce avalanche of earth, what to do? The appearance of being set adrift on the surface of a vast sea and carried away the violent and swirling waves, what to do? The experience of your heart and ears being split upon by the sizzling and crackling sound of fiery conflagration, what to do? And the fearful experience of being enveloped and swept away by this swirling dark winds of the end of an eon, what to do? Number 23rd. When you are driven by the powerful red winds of karma and swallowed up by a terrifying darkness, what to do? When you are bound, number 24th, when you are bound with the lesson by the messengers of Yama and in total despair are led away, what to do? Number 25th, when you are tortured in so many detestable ways by ox and scorpion-headed karmic agents, what to do? Number 26, when you are before the Yama king, the Lord of Death, as he weighs up the white and black, your virtue, non-virtuous action, what to do? When Yama, I suppose your lie of having spent your human life in attachment, hatred, and deceit, what to do? When a Yama's court, the punishment that is the ripening effect of your negative actions, bracket, is meted out, what to do? When your naked body is stretched out on the glowing red hot iron ground in the fires of hell, what to do? Number 15. Though your body is cut to pieces by a rain of weapons, still you must experience it without dying, what to do? Number 31. Though you are cooked in molten iron until your flesh falls away and you are born disintegrated, still you must experience it without dying, what to do? Number 32. Though your body and fire burn inseparably, still you must experience it without dying, what to do? 33. When your body is pierced by a freezing cold wind and cracks into 100,000 pieces, what to do? 34. Having fallen into the miserable state of a hungry ghost with its hunger and thirst, you have to starve for many years, what to do? 35. When you have become one of those stupid, dumb, and unfortunate animals that eat each other alive, what to do? When the unbearable suffering of the evil gone realm have actually befallen you, what to do? Now don't be distracted, with the sound of hurrying. Loud. Right the moment is the time to still your will. It's not only time, it's almost too late. Right now, low, apply yourself with great force. Holy precepts of Lama, kind Father, heart of the authoritative scripture of the victorious Losang. Practice of the pure path of complete Sutra and Tantra is the time to place and experience upon your mind stream. Who is the faster? Yama, the Lord of Death, or you? In your practice of realizing the essence of your eternal dream, the welfare of your the welfare of both yourself and others, as much as you can each day, unifying the three doors of your body, spirit, and mind. Put the whole of your effort into your practice. And then he talks about the story of it, how this teaching happened. So I don't have to read that. Okay. So the total answer is that, you see, now my total answer, my condensed answer, or this is what Kundang Jambiyang. Kundang Jambiyang is a very high Lama in Amdo, Tibet. Kundang Jambiyang. Kundang Jambiyang. Very high Lama said, advised, Losang Jangde Nimbola, Tosum Gomba Judijil. Captain Sajang Labena, Sangha Labezanya, or the essence of advice, what to do, because now all this reason, and now what to do in your life is Losang Galdenimbola, the essence of Losang Galden is Lama Sangha teaching, pure wisdom, teaching of the Buddha, Lama Sangha teaching, the heart of that Lama Sangha teaching. Tosum get the Nimbola, Tosum goes to integrate, listen, reflecting, meditation. Integrate into one. Tosum but to the jill, integrate all three into one. Listening, reflecting, meditation. Then with that, Captain Satang Labena. So if you attempt, if you put effort, means be a hardships. If you put effort, the background supporting, the background support, that is Satang's collecting merits and purification. Oh, you see, you do so much of that. If you attempt the supporting, the backside supporting, backside support. What is that? That's Satang, collecting merits and jhana purification. Satang Laben, then Sangha Laben. So how do you say? Sangha Laben. What you said? You said, what do you say? The enlightenment on your tip was, huh? At your fingertips. So enlightenment is on your fingertip. The enlightenment, your enlightenment is at your fingertip. Yeah? At your fingertip. Oh, that's the answer, you see? Oh, that's it. So that's the answer. Because all that, what you heard. So that, I think that's the answer already Pabongka mentioned there. But I added that, okay? So I start, yeah? So we read all these names who died. So also, even though it's late, but the King of the Prayer was to benefit all these people, died. And the English asked also. Read in English.
On page 344.
Rangi Bashinda, Chimdo. Silon the Chimdo, Gazuram. The one reader Michael. What's better for the people to read? You read or he read? Huh? What? Oh, don't read. Okay. Yeah, read. That. Yeah.
I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri, you lions amongst humans, gone to freedom in the present, past and future, in the worlds of 10 directions. To all of you with holy written mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all of you Buddhas, visualized as real, I bow down. In every atom are Buddhas numberless as atoms, each emits a host of Bodhisattvas, and I am confident in the spirit of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With an infinite ocean of praise for you, and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence Buddhas and celebrate all you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils, parcels, sparkling lights and supreme incense I offer to you, victorious ones. Fine dressed and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped as now on Meru. All wondrous offerings in spectacular array offer to you, victorious ones. With transcendental offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva's way, offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I've done with my body, speech and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger and confusion, all these I openly lay bare before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential, the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas in the 10 directions, the solitary realizers, here is still training and those beyond, and all ordinary beings. You are the bright lights of the world in 10 directions, who have attained the Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening. All of you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you may be actualized parinirvana. Please stay with us as for eons numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created, by paying homage, offering and acknowledging my rejoicing in the present, in the Buddha's state of speech, I now dedicate all this for a full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in the worlds of 10 directions, and all of you gone to freedom in the past, accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with Bodhisattvas, surrounding Buddhas gathered beneath a Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in the 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering the past lives and all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way, and thus in each cycle of death, migration and birth, may I always abandon the householder's life. Then, following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas and perfecting the practice of the Bodhisattva, may I always act without error or compromise, with ethical discipline, faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods and every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the 6 paramitas, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity in all the obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse all mothers in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces. Just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's wave, just as the sun and the moon may I ease the suffering in the lower realms and in many directions and dimensions of the universe. May I guide all wanderers in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening, and may be of worthy benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the various dispositions of beings, show the ways of a bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease the excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, masters encircled by bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While circling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom I shall see Buddha fields numberless atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each of the ocean 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of a hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus I am continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expressions that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure elegance of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the varied tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding, I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dharma, of all Buddhas in the 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and will never into all eons of 3 times in but a fraction of a second. In one instant I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, and future lines amongst humans, and with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, to those lights of the world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels on the complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, the power of also passing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unsuffered by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the perfect power of awakening, purifying the power of all contaminated actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at their root, diffusing the power of interfering forces. I shall perfect the power of the Bodhisattva's practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds, may I free an ocean of beings, may I clearly see an ocean of dharma, may I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom, may I purify an ocean of activities, may I fulfill an ocean of aspirations, may I make an offerings to an ocean of Buddhas, may I practice without discouragement for an ocean of eons. To awaken fully through this Bodhisattva way, I shall full an exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice of all Buddhas gone to freedom and 3 times everywhere. In order to practice exactly as the wise one, called Samantabhadra, all-embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas, I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as the skillful Samantabhadra with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields. I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this Bodhisattva practice of all-embracing good, perfect practice with discouragement or pause in all future eons. May my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through abiding in immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, likewise, limitless are living beings. Thus, limitless are karma and afflictions. May my aspirations reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas as wealth and endowments of the infinite worlds in the 10 directions, and one may offer during eons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears his extraordinary aspiration and longing for the highest awakening, given rise to faith just once, creates far more potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha, infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become like Samantabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the 5 boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family, attributes, and appearance, they will be invincible in the fast forces and misleading teachers, and all their 3 worlds will make offerings. Going quickly to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces, they will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Have no doubt that complete awakening is the fully ripened result, comprehended only by a Buddha, upholding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva's practice. In order to attain, just like the hero Manjushri, and just like Samantabhadra as well, I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did, with the dedication in this praise as greatest, by all Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times. I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainments of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations and directly preceding Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception for the benefit of beings and for as long as this world endures. Born from an extremely beautiful superlative lotus, in this joyful land, the Buddha is a magnificent mandala. May I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received the prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions with 1,000,000,000 emanations by the power of wisdom. Through even the small virtue I have accumulated by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva's practice, may all the Buddha's positive aspiration of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating limitless positive potential by dedicating this pair of Samantabhadra's deeds, may all beings drowning in the torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wanderers in samsara, through the accomplishment of the scripture dazzling with Samantabhadra's practice, may suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. Mendela Gane
due to all the past, person page marriage collected by me, 3 times marriage collected by numberless sentient beings, numberless Buddhas. Oh, all these people, all these students who passed away. Correct. And then also including the old lady, 80, more than 80 or 90, in London, who was a member of the Buddhist Society, took me for 7 years when I did TV, and at Baksa in the school, including her name is Rachel Levy, and yeah, Kasuri. Oh, Kasuri. Then Losanyama, the Lama's disciple from Tibet, who served as India, Nepal, Pabongka. Oh, yeah. Oh, the Kasuri, yeah. And then, the Pure Land. Oh, that shows a Pure Land. There was a treaty between the Tajar in South India. He said she's in very good place born. So it proved what the treaty said, that she is in Pure Land, but they're in Pure Land. Okay, so then all those rest people who reliable on my promise, was names given to me, those who died, their own names I read. All the students, all those within, made those who are in the lower realm now to be immediately liberated from there, and may they be born in the Pure Land, but in the Pure Land, where they can become enlightened, or they may they receive perfect human body, they qualify to 8 freedom and readiness, and meet Mahayana teaching and meet perfectly qualified Manu Guru, revealing the unmistaken path to enlightenment, by pleasing most the Holy Mind, the virtual friend, and may they achieve enlightenment as quick as possible. And then especially the dedicating the marriage, they are reciting the prayer on the special about that, and every cause them. That is. Well, then, due to all the past, present, future marriage, 3 times marriage, numberless sentient beings, numberless Buddhas, may the Bodhicitta be generated in the heart of all the sentient beings who has been also mother from beginning to birth, and being kind, most unbearable up to now, and then the sentient beings who made dharma is nothing. Then where most sentient beings happen dharma, doesn't practice that. So their motivations is attachment, self-chasing thought. They collected negative karma from beginning to birth. They suffered, suffered for you. Then Oh, then again, if one doesn't practice dharma, if one didn't get Kasuri path of preparation, or they didn't exercise wisdom directly perceive emptiness, then Kasuri. One will live reborn through the sentiments again, or then they have to suffer again endlessly. So may the bodhicitta be generated in their heart, and may they achieve enlightenment as good possible. Then may the bodhicitta do all that's made to clarify oneself, a sentient being, numberless Buddha. May this bodhicitta be generated in the heart of all those sentient beings that one see, all those sentient beings who see yourself. Bodhicitta to be generated in the heart of all the sentient beings, and the sentient beings who hear your name, and the sentient beings who remember you, and the sentient beings who touch you, and the sentient beings who see your portraits, and all that. Then who actualize bodhicitta to be developed bodhicitta in their heart, and all like that. Then I have to realize the person can do then by all today. Yourself and your family members and those who already died, and bodhicitta to be generated, and they do realize the person gives you image, all the students and here all of us. Gonda Raja Dunda Meba Dajun Tenda Lua Meba Nyeben Kameto Jawa Luzo Gonda Dawos Kare Gore Shinga de Abenan Dawa Malu Javan Jere Sewa Tende Jazo Shabe Sedaba Tenja Jai Tonya Ninja Sando Jaba Jaja Sande Kajatan Chana Bema Tende Jazo La Soa Deso Jeda Londo Yo Saragunda Java Sangha Vata Shinja Java Java Bela Satanya Kija Dayana Maja Jai Jananda Tame Chandala Teja Java Yanda Aga Jagaranya Jala Sajayatana Jai Jai Pandela Menamba Tawala Keja Tayala Dame Jendela Baton Amar Rame Jala Samla Java Jai all the past Mary to Kalabdra, Mary to Kalabdra, somebody Buddhas, the world be stopped immediately. The danger, the sicknesses and the famines, all the problems which come from the discriminating thought, anger, attachment, all that, including cause to be stopped immediately by then comes danger of fire, water, air, earthquakes, earth and so forth, to be by immediately, and then popular peace, happiness, real in his heart, by generating love and kindness, compassion, bodhicitta in all their heart. And may that teaching Buddha last a long time, their sentiment received, their peace, their happiness, and popular peace, happiness, and then All the sentient beings are able to meet with dharma, achieving enlightenment is a good fortune. Then the sentient beings we able to cherish every single sentient being more precious than whole sky filled with rich grand jewels. Dani samja tamja la yishe no la betan ja drebe samba tado jabara zamba. And then did all the 3 times made to clarify me, 3 times made to clarify number listen to me, number Buddha. Oh, didn't send them, see me, touch me, remember me, think of me, see photos or just by that. May all their suffering pacified immediately, and may they achieve all the happiness, including full enlightenment. Oh, Dani samde tamde la yishe no. Dani thongama to sama Jesu tenya ro regama tamdo japa tamde teya mola dongwa kushe ne namba gu dada denjo did all the past, the best, the best, the marriage, to clarify with all I was all listen, they may number Buddhas. Oh, Karunim. Wow, Karunim. Which do not exist from its own side, totally empty from its side. May the I, who do not exist from its own side, totally empty from its own side, and achieve the Buddhahood which do not exist from its own side, which is totally empty from its own side. Lead all the sentient beings who do not exist from its own side, who are totally empty from its own side. To that Buddhahood which do not exist from its own side, totally empty from its own side. By myself alone, who do not exist from its own side, totally empty from its own side. I Jamal Boy, Jimbata Kundu Sambo, the Antajin, Azokunji, Jason, the Lodging, Gawatita, Tiratungo, the Seve Jawatam, Jingo, Akana, Juzangaway, Dake, Gaveta, Diginya, Samo, Jiratungo, Aranji, Jawatanga, to the Nambaba, Jitama, Jiwata, Tunjamala, Samacho, the Dancing into the Tunja, Remba, Tozu Jaji Jaga Gave Tenzi Gyabebe Kozo Tomboze Chozo Gowe Neme Dudu